Hi everyone, and welcome to today's reading. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel. A massive welcome back to the family who is returning. It is so wonderful to have you all here. This is going to be a pick a group tarot reading or a pick a card tarot reading. And as you can see, we do have 3 groups in front of me today. I am going to introduce y'all to the groups, but before we get into it, I just want to cleanse our energy a little bit and explain why we're here. So I do want to light my sage really quickly while we are talking about today's reading. So today's video is inspired, that did nothing. Today's video is inspired by those connections that are either confusing, they are establishing, for example, a newer connection, connections in no contact, or connections where we aren't getting clear information from the person that we are engaged with, whether this is a serious committed relationship or a situationship or a no contact. The goal behind today's video is to get as much clarity on your connection to this person, as well as on how this person is thinking that you see them. Bless. So we're going to be asking Spirit the overall question: how do they think that you feel about them? And to get there, I will be doing a person A and person B setup. So we will have a look at the energy between the two of you from person A's perspective, from person B's perspective. How does person A think that person B feels? And how does person B think that person A feels? These readings can get confusing at times, so more than ever, I highly recommend that you get something to write with and to write on, so that you can take notes of what does resonate and so that you can keep up with where person A and person B is. At the end of your reading, if you're looking back at your notes and you're feeling even more confused, I highly recommend that you take a break from general pick a group tarot readings. Use your discernment to digest the information that you already have. And if you still feel confused, then seek more questions, more clarity. These readings are intended to give you more information, not to keep you trapped in a cycle of confusion. So if you are feeling confused, it could be time to take a step back, to give yourself space, to practice your discernment, and to ensure that you're not over-consuming content that isn't actually meant for you. We are also going to have an extended reading, okay? So that extended reading is going to look at the future of your connection or the outcome of your connection. And we're also going to have a look at person A's actions towards person B and person B's actions towards person A. I'll be getting channeled messages throughout your YouTube and extended reading. So hopefully those channeled messages do help to offer more additional clarity as well. So without further ado, that is what today's reading is about. Let me introduce your 3 groups to you. Starting with group 1 over here, we have the Telesma Tarot deck. I actually love this deck so much. To be fair, I use decks that I do enjoy using on purpose. And group 1 also has this beautiful crystal, which is actually from Peru. This crystal is a newer crystal in my collection. I haven't used it in many of my pick a group readings. It is a crystal that is an amalgamation of other rocks and sediments, and it's all kind of pushed together there. It's technically not a crystal though, but I bought it amongst other crystals, and I love these kinds of polished rocks more. I'll be honest, unpopular opinion maybe, but polished rocks are the best. So this is the Telesma Tarot deck as well for group 1. I'll show you some of the cards that I have in my hands just so that you can get a vibe of what the deck is about. These cards do not reflect your reading. They are just to help you get an understanding of what this deck looks like. So that's group 1's group, crystal, and deck. Next we have group 2 over here. Group 2 has the infamous Lightseers tarot deck. This tarot deck is very popular among readers. A lot of people love using this deck. And you also have this beautiful crystal formation as well, or rock formation, however you want to say it. If it focuses, will it focus? I don't know. It's because I'm shaky and I'm keep moving it out of frame there. So I love this rock as well. It's got some silvery looking sediments in there. It's also a very sort of greeny blue color. It's a beautiful crystal to have in my collection. It has an invigorating energy about it. A lot of movement, a lot of energy, and it also just feels like it's a very sort of heart chakra connected energy as well, just because of the color, to be honest with you. But it's a good crystal for healing. So this is what the Light Seers Tarot deck looks like as well. Again, this is for group 2 to feel if they are called to their group based off of what the cards look like. These cards do not reflect your reading. They're just the cards that were at the top of the deck. So if you feel called to this deck or this crystal, you'll be a part of group 2's reading. Last but not least, we have our Grupus Threepuses. Group 3, you have the Dark Heart Tarot deck by Vanessa Samina. I've recently used this in another video as well, but I wanted to bring it out again. This deck is a lot of fun. It's got some dark imagery about it. It's a beautiful color, as always. It's a beautiful quality. And the crystal that it's associated with this deck is the pyrite crystal. So a pyrite crystal is also known as fool's gold. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It's not just a straight up and down thing. This camera is set up in a way where it's kind of reversed too, so that's why I'm having trouble getting the crystals to focus. But this fool's gold crystal is very much, sorry, my group 3s, is a lot more silver in person, but you can see it has all those little crevices of larger crystal formations that help make up this chunk of pyrite in my hands. It's more of like a silver look to it, but you could kind of understand why people might have thought this was gold when it was covered in dirt and everything. It is a money-making crystal as well, that I do know. And this is what the Dark Heart Tarot deck looks like as well. A reminder that these cards do not reflect Group 3's reading. They are just to give you an understanding of what the cards look like in this deck. So if you feel drawn towards this card, this deck, these cards, or this crystal, you'll be a part of Group 3's reading. So those are the 3 groups. Pause the video if you do need more time to look at them. Play the video back if you want more time to look at them. Or you may wish to join me in the 1-minute guided meditation that will be playing after this clip. That 1-minute guided meditation was created to help you intuitively connect to your spiritual team, to your higher self, to your inner voice, so that you can intuitively select a group that you feel most drawn to. Once you have all the help that you need, and once you know which of these 3 groups you're feeling most drawn to, click on your timestamps in the description box and join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color. It could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Hi my group 1s and welcome to your reading today. If you chose the Telesma Tarot deck or this beautiful rock crystal down here, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Group 1, we're asking Spirit, how does your person think that you feel about them? This is going to be an in-depth tarot reading, asking about you, this person, the connection, and hopefully getting clarity on where you're both at right now. The format will be person A versus person B to ensure that there is no confusion. I highly recommend that you take notes to discern and decipher this energy. Make sure that you're keeping track of what person A is feeling and what person B is feeling, so that at the end of this reading you can collate the data and see what is making the most sense for you. I don't want to make you feel more confused, so if it is getting more confusing rather than helpful, I highly recommend that you take a time out from tarot and just give yourself time to digest the information that you already have. With that being said, let's keep moving forward. Spirit, starting with a beautiful card from this deck, my group 1s, your deck is amazing, but it is very big, so I'm not going to use it for all of the aspects of your reading. I have 2 other decks here that we're going to be using to help us gain clarity on your situation. For my group 1s, please, Spirit, tune me into group 1's energy. How is person A feeling in this connection? Tune me into group 1's energy, please, Spirit. How is person A feeling? We have the Knight of Wands coming out first. We also have the 8 of Cups reversed. How is person B feeling? Oh, I won't take that. We'll keep moving forward. Okay, thank you. We have the Princess of Wands, and we'll just glance at these. We have the 10 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. I was going to say let's just glance at these, but I can't. I got to take them. Okay, let's move my deck out of the way there. I was going to leave it there for marketing purposes, but it's taking up space, so we're moving it. We have the Magician here as well. Now, I am trying a new layout, obviously. This layout doesn't work perfectly with my setup, but we'll try to make it work. We'll try to make it work. Okay. I'm going to start from here, if that's not too confusing, and then we'll clarify. First of all, my group 1s, the energy in your connection seems to be somewhat competitive between the 2 of you. There is an energy here of trying to one-up the other, trying to get the attention of the other person, and trying to look like the most confident, the most successful, the most attractive, the most, yeah, it's like you're really, it's giving me peacocking vibes. Peacocking vibes in that you're trying to really show the best of each other to the other person. And I'm getting this vibe with the Magician in the middle, that this connection is either in a developing situation in that it's an early stages connection, or it's at a time where you feel like you both have a lot to prove to each other. There is an energy here of feeling like you have to convince the other person that, hey, I'm a good person for you. I'm a good match. I'm a good person to be a part of your life. And because of that, I feel like there is a lack of authenticity at the moment. There is not a genuine display of personality, of feelings, of intentions. There's just this desire to try to put the best picture out there, try to put the best foot forward, and to try to seem almost inhuman in how successful and amazing you can be to the other person. So person A, let's talk about them first because we pulled for them first. The first thing I'm noticing with person A, actually I need to pull more cards too. The first thing I'm noticing with person A is that they feel like they made a mistake here. Person A's energy with the 8 of Cups reversed is that they are at an emotional point where they feel like they may have stepped away too soon. This is likely somebody who had created some distance in the connection, who felt like they needed to withdraw, and who felt like they needed to maybe focus on other aspects of their life so that they could get a better understanding of what they want emotionally and what they need emotionally. And after that period of withdrawal, they're now energetically feeling like they need to come back because they feel like there is a lot more to be gained from this situation. And I am getting a I'm licking my wounds type of vibe, my group ones. I'm also getting a I need to kind of figure out how person B is feeling for me. So for some of you, you aren't in very much contact, and it feels like this person is really trying to decipher what person B is feeling now that everything is said and done. Spirit, what is person A's energy towards person B in general? What is person A's energy towards person B? What is person A's energy towards person B, Spirit? We have turtle, sea serpent, and crow, with fish at the back of the deck for now. So person A is definitely feeling like their emotions have changed towards this situation. Whatever separation there was or space that was offered has made them want to come back and figure out if the situation can change between the two of you. Person A is almost feeling like with person B, they need to be adaptable and they need to be more dynamic. They need to consider compromising and changing in order to adapt to the needs of this connection. Person A is feeling for person B, excited and recently intrigued. Something that person B did has recently made person A feel a strong call towards them again. I feel like person A is very physically attracted to person B. Person A is taking inspired action soon. They are in a impulsive energy. I am a little bit nervous about making a prediction because the action is the Knight of Wands, and this is not the most reliable action card. This is the kind of card that wakes up one morning and goes, yeah, it's a beautiful morning, I'm going to go for a run. And then they might try to put on their shoes, and if the shoelaces don't tie right, they can go, you know what, actually, I'm not going to run today. It's a very finicky energy. It's a very heat of the moment. I'm feeling the momentum. Let's do it. And if there is one thing that doesn't quite build to that momentum or add to that excitement or indulge in that impulse, then they fall short of taking action. It is impulsive, it is spontaneous, and it is highly unreliable. So person A is in this sort of volatile energy, and it is impacting the connection, as we can see, and I will talk about it soon. Person B is picking up on that energetically. Person A may be going back to person B after feeling like they had an unsuccessful experience in another connection. They may be licking their wounds from another connection as well. Take that if it resonates. But their energy down here towards person B is that they have to adapt, they have to consider evolving and being a bit more adaptable in this connection. They are feeling like they have learned some things that makes this connection different this time around, and that they can do things slightly differently. They are recognizing that they do have a lot of deep feelings and that they do want good fortune here. They're also feeling intuitively called towards person B. They may not have realized how they felt until they had that Eight of Cups moment that made them go like, wow, this isn't what I want. I actually want to go back and try to work things out with person B. But with our sea serpent in shadow and our crow in shadow, this person is feeling themselves through the darkness here. They don't entirely know what they're doing. They're ad-libbing. They're just kind of, yeah, figuring it out as they go. This sea serpent energy, I feel like this person is seeking a meaningful connection right now. Right now, emphasis on right now. And there is this question mark with person B where, you know what, if I don't find out, I will never know. I've got to find out. I can't just leave things like this, unresolved, unfinished, unknown. This person is feeling themselves in the darkness here, and they're hoping that the signs are telling them what they think, because they think that the signs are telling them that it's you. They need to come back to this connection with person B. Now, if you're not resonating as being person A, this could be how you feel about person B. It could feel like you really just don't know, and you're trying to feel yourself through the darkness. So person A's energy towards person B is that they need to know more, they need to try more, and they need to explore more to get a better understanding of whether this is that meaningful connection that they at their core have been wanting and hoping for. There is a strong element here of manifestation. I do believe person A is actively manifesting person B. Based on what I'm seeing now, I think that person B is more so manifesting the best possible outcome in general. But person A seems to be actively manifesting person B. With the crow energy, there seems to be an unresolved communication. Person A has things that they want to say to person B, which we will ask clarity on now. And they also feel like there's a lot more to be learned. I feel like person A is curious as to what person B is thinking, and they want to know more about what person B is thinking. Spirit, what does person A want to say to person B? What does person A want to say to person B? We have what they don't know can't hurt them. What does person A want to say to person B? We also have you make me feel alive again. This is the Persephone Oracle, by the way. This is from Lily Cat Tarot. What does person A want to say to person B? We also have your love is like gold to me. What does person A want to say to person B, please, Spirit? We also have we should have known this was a bad idea. What does person A want to say to person B? I'm playing with you. What does person A want to say to person B, please, Spirit? We have I hope you can find love again. And we also have I'll stay in the darkness with you. I don't know where to put you. We're going to put you there. And at the back of this deck, we have my desire for you is endless. I'm going to use this deck again, but for now, we'll just leave it over there. So, from their channeled messages, my group ones, person A could have definitely involved a third-party situation. They could still be attached to somebody else. This doesn't have to be a romantic person, take it as it resonates, but they are someone who is feeling like they are needing to figure something out in this connection. Person A is almost like I have loose ends that I need to tie up. I'm not quite ready to let go of person B yet, but I'm also not in an energy of promising anything to person B either. I just need to feel that again and see if it was real. I need to tick that off my list and see if it means anything more. This is somebody who is tempting fate and testing fate. And they are hoping that this extra shot with you is going to set the record straight and show to them what they should be doing and how they should be committing their energy. This person A, feels like they really want to feel that attention again that person B gave them. There's a lot of ego stroking over here. Person A loves the attention from person B. Person A loves the excitement, very attracted to person B. Person A knows how to charm, and they're the one that's coming across as inauthentic at this stage because there is a game that they are playing. It will have varying degrees. It doesn't have to be sociopathic or manipulative, but it is a game. I am playing with you. We should have known this was a bad idea. What they don't know can't hurt them. When you point those messages out and you put them all together, it to me highlights that this person is trying to finesse the energy that they feel and play with it on a surface level in the physical realm rather than the emotional realm, despite knowing that they have deeper feelings, despite knowing that there are intuitive pulls. Person A is craving that physical energy more than anything right now, and they're using that physical energy as an excuse to explore some of the emotional as well. This is someone whose love language could be physical touch, not to make excuses, but there is a strong message here that person A is very much invested in exploring the connection physically with person B, and then secondarily wanting to explore emotions as well. What is the advice for person A in this situation? What is the advice for person A in this situation, Spirit? What is the advice for person A in this situation, Spirit? We have contempt. Sex, money, feelings die by likely. Late night, call you in the late night. Trade love for one night. Talk offline, no, I don't mind. No love when you hold me. Baby, don't you cry. Sex, money, feelings die. Is there any other messages of advice for my group ones with this person A energy? What is person A's advice? We also have crown chakra, sahasrara, collective wisdom, source, and guidance, as well as the infinity symbol. The infinity symbol. Oh, wait, it's on this hand. The infinity symbol. So listen, person A, their advice is to really start focusing on themselves. This person has to go through the motions of why are you using other people to numb your feelings. Person A's advice is to make sure that they're not taking actions out of boredom and that they're not using people just because they aren't having much excitement in their lives right now. Person A has a tendency to want to connect with others because they're not getting enough dopamine from other areas of their life. And this is not something to be ashamed about, but this is something to be aware of, because that type of connection is very using based. It's very, what can you do for me? How can you stimulate me? How can I get connection through validation from you? And it's not always balanced. In fact, it's usually very transactional. And once the transaction is complete, the dopamine is processed and we don't feel like we can get much else from it. We are likely to just leave things where they are and jump onto the next exciting thing. So if I could talk to person A, I would say, slow down, please. Examine your true feelings. Examine your patterns of behavior, and before you take action towards person B, think about whether this is something that you can genuinely pursue, commit to, and work through. If you have no intentions on this exploring this for deeper depths and for the sake of how it can genuinely develop me as a person, don't do it. If you're not doing this because you're considering how this is something that is going to be beneficial for my future, don't do it. If you're doing it for selfish reasons that are to physically remedy a temporary pain or temporary boredom or a temporary lack of excitement, don't do it. Person A really needs to consider what a pattern of behavior is showing them when it comes to how they treat people and how they treat situations that are exciting and boring. So that is the energy that I'm getting for person A. Let's move over to person B now. So, person B, I'm going to pull another deck for this. Person B, Spirit. What is person B's energy towards person A in this connection with group 1? What is person B's energy towards person A in this connection to group 1? Wow. We have Vesta in shadow, should I say, Lilith. What is person B's energy to person A? We have 7th house in shadow. I'm hearing this Guy Sebastian song and Luke Fiasco song, Battle Scars. I don't know if it blew up anywhere else in the world, but he was an Australian singer. He was on Australian Idol. Mercury at the back of the deck. These battle scars don't look like they're fading. I can't really sing right now, but you get the vibe. There's a lot of water under the bridge on person B's side. I was going to look up the lyrics. Maybe I should, but maybe you should too. There is a lot of water under the bridge, my group 1s. Person B is still going through it. Guy Sebastian, Battle Scars, lyrics. Listen, you could do this yourself, but let's have fun and do it together. So this is the lyrics to Battle Scars. Pause the video to read them. Hopefully you can see most of them coming out there. Sweet soul, the wound heals, but it never does. That's because you're at war with love. Oh my gosh, that was Luke Fiasco's opening bars. Listen, person B is trying to appear to be doing better than what they actually are. Let me throw some scenarios out about person B. Person B may have tried to move on and see other people and meet other people, but there is still an energetic cord between these two people. Person B is feeling that person A's energy is very hard to trust, for lack of a better word. There is this understanding that person B cannot force person A to act or feel, but there's also a lot of fire over here. There's a lot of frustration with how the circumstances of this connection are right now. Person B is feeling hard done by. They're feeling as though person A's energy is, I want to say addictive, but also it's very bright. It's like a good luck charm. Person B got used to person A quite quickly if this is a newer connection. Person B may also have some hard feelings when it comes to this position that person A left person B in. Person B could be feeling like, damn, person A, why did you leave me out in the cold like that, or hard done by like that? With a fortune card reversed, these hard feelings are almost like being left out in the cold after like being promised a bunch of things. So person B could be feeling like person A promised them a lot more than what they were able to deliver in the end. Person B is giving me jaded vibes. I'm not gonna lie, like jaded as in it's hard for me to think positively about person A right now because person A's behavior has been very immature in the past with the Princess of Wands reversed. Person A's communication has been very inconsistent, and person B is also aware of the fact that person A only connects with them when it's in person A's best interest. And with this Princess of Wands reversed, person B has noticed that there is a selfishness to this connection and that it has been imbalanced in the past, and that if this connection is not exciting enough, person A does dip out whenever they want to. Person B's energy is that the communication is very much needs-based, and that need could be of a sexual nature. With the Princess of Wands here, I need a sexual sort of need met, or it could be of an exciting nature. When they have the energy or the excitement or the momentum to want to invest, that's when they do. Person B is feeling like person A is a lot to take on right now. They're feeling overburdened. They're feeling like this connection is a lot to hold on to. I kind of get the vibe that, listen, person B is still holding this down though. If the 10 of Wands was reversed, maybe I would think differently. But I think with the Ten of Wands upright, person B is still holding person A down. And at the end of the day, they're still kind of leaving the light on a little bit for person A. They want to let go, they want to give up, they want to pass that responsibility back, but they can't yet. Person B is feeling very overburdened by their feelings for person A, and they're seeing this as a frustration, right? As a responsibility. Person B is thinking that it was maybe the right person, wrong time with the fortune card reversed. They definitely hold a candle in their windowsill for person A. If you get lost, here's the light, find your way home. I feel like person B is definitely feeling frustrated though. Let's not take that away from them. So let's have a look at the energy now. My gosh, person B's energy. Person B feels like person A messed around too much. There is an energy here of potential and partnership even. A marriage for some of you. A commitment that had failed. I do think that person B's energy is to be very careful now. Person B is trying to mimic person A's behavior. They're trying not to get their hopes up when it comes to something more serious, something with more potential, something with more possibility when it comes to growth. Person B is trying to come across as, I don't actually care if that is on the table or not. I'm just here to get my own needs met. Person B's energy towards person A is to be very secretive. It feels secretive. It feels mysterious. It feels moody. It feels passionate. It feels like revenge. Ooh, Lilith brings a dark energy into the middle of this spread. Person B could be playing the long game here. There is a passive power that person B holds. Person B could be into hoodoo voodoo. Spells, potions. They are conjuring something pretty dark. Not in a malicious way. It feels like a way that kind of works with karma, right? It feels like a way that ensures that the balance of what is owed is repaid, for better or for worse. Person B is like, you can do that, but it'll come back to bite you eventually. I do feel like person B is feeling like this connection is very karmic with person A. The energy is that of curiosity and information gathering with Mercury here. Person B may be trying to gain more clarity from external sources with Mercury. You could resonate as being person B more. Person B is wanting to find more facts, information, knowledge. They're wanting to feel more informed. Person B is also feeling like this is a connection that isn't over yet, and that there is some other either lesson or information that needs to be revealed, because they feel that strong pull that they can't deny. There is the strong energetic cord still pulling these two people together, and person B feels more spiritual, or at least very superstitious. So they're seeing this as, well, there's something still there, but I just want to figure out what that is first and foremost. And I want to use that to my advantage to make sure that I don't feel left out again or hard done by. Person B is not looking for partnership with person A because they think that person A was a good luck charm but is now almost a curse rather than a blessing, is now somebody that causes more problems than solutions. Person B is feeling like it would take a lot for person A to be an ideal partner, so they don't hold many hopes or aspirations. Person B is also feeling like person A is not the best possible outcome when it comes to connection right now, when it comes to partnership, when it comes to wanting to build in a balanced, sort of harmonious relationship. They can't trust, so they've lost that desire. Let's get some channeled messages. All right, I'm going to use the same deck. There are a lot of cards in this deck, as you can see. Bless. But if I feel like we're not getting enough, I can go and get a different channel messages deck as well. Spirit, for my group ones, what does person B want to say to person A? What does person B want to say to person A? What does person B... That was weird. There's a lot that I feel person B has bottled up. I feel like person B has been biting their tongue because person B may very well believe in karma. And as hurt and frustrated as they may have been, they may have also not wanted to make the situation worse. We have, I just can't leave you alone. What does person B want to say to person A? I need you to tell me the truth. Yeah, that's the frustration here. Am I the only one that actually cares is what I'm feeling over here in person B's corner. Am I the only one that actually cares? Like, I just need you to tell me the truth. How is person B, what does person B want to say to person A? What does person B want to say to person A, please, Spirit? We also have this chapter is ending. So person B knows that things will get better for them and that there is an improvement in general in the energy in their life, but they do think that there is still a weight in this connection that pulls them back. What does person B want to say to person A, Spirit? What does person B want to say to person A? Okay. We also have, I tried to let you go, but you came back to me. Yeah, so listen, person B is feeling that push and pull, that hot and cold, that surrender, and then, you know, things just come back. Person B is saying, I can't sleep, I can't think, I'm too lost in you. So person B is feeling like person A is a huge distraction. To say the least, person B feels like person A just consumes a lot of their energy. Without even trying, I'm hearing. Without even trying. What does person B want to say to person A? I did it to hurt you. So we got some tit for tat over here. Person B was doing something intentionally to, again, with that magician, get a response, get a reaction, to one up the other person. There's that competitive energy here. What else does person B want to say? We have what goes up must come down. This is that idea of like reactions. And for me, I feel like this is karma. It will always come back around. You have changed me forever. Yeah, I definitely feel that my person B has learned a lot about themselves because of this connection. And they feel like deeply impacted by person A's actions. Spirit, what is the advice for my person B in group one's reading? What is the advice for person B in group one's reading? What is the advice for person B, Spirit, in group one's reading? Okay, we have Every Day is a Holiday by Dope Lemon. So this is a serenity energy. Gemini was under Mercury. Wanting that communication. I just need you to tell me the truth. Wow, you could be person B, because person B just wants to know how person A is feeling and what person A's true intentions are. Why did you do it? Why did you come back? Why can't you leave me alone? Why can't I leave you alone? Do you want this chapter to end? I just want this chapter to end, but do you want anything out of the situation? Did you even notice that I did that to hurt you? Person B is just really pulling at straws in this connection, whereas I feel like person A is just sort of going with the flow of how they feel in the moment. Person A is just like, you know what? I haven't seen person B for a while. Let me go check them out and see what they're up to. This didn't work out for me. Maybe I'll go and see what person B is doing. Whereas person B is like, oh my gosh, why is person A back again? And just over analyzing and over. There is definitely an energetic imbalance, 100%. 100%. And whatever lack of communication there may be or there was in the past in this connection, person A took advantage of that. They played a lot in the shadows is what I'm feeling. They took advantage of the fact that they didn't have to, or they didn't have the capacity to communicate and explain themselves. What is the other advice for person B? We have joy. See, person B is getting a lot of solar plexus chakra activation. So this is the 6s to 9 song by The Big Wild. And at the back of the deck for person B is Sticky Anticipation. This may be how you feel. This song Sticky is by Raven Lene. It is this feeling of like, you know, I cannot shake ya. You only fool me, then you lose me. What did you do? Got me confused, spinning, round and round. So person B's advice is to separate their happiness from this situation. Person B's advice is to really seek joy, peace, and love from however and wherever you can gain it. Because person B deserves to feel peace, love, and joy with or without this person. Person B needs to focus on making sure that they can have those things with or without any one person being present, because the people in our lives have a lot to teach us, but they do not dictate to us how peaceful, how joyful, and how loved we deserve to feel. We allow those things for ourselves. And we really need to make sure that we aren't putting all of that pressure onto one specific aspect of our lives, onto one single connection, and onto one very unreliable source. It is very important that person B separates their feelings from what they deserve and from how they deserve to receive their needs. I do think that person B needs to take some time out to logically and emotionally understand why they feel the way that they feel. But they also need to appreciate that that is how they feel, and it may not be how person A feels. We are sovereign beings having unique cerebral experiences, and we can both go through the same experience together and come out with very different emotions. And I think that in this situation, person B is seeking something from this experience that person A simply is not. Whether that is a lesson, an outcome, an expectation, person A has that intuitive pull, but is not as energetically invested. And that is something that person B cannot control. And that is not person B's fault. And that is not person B's responsibility to fix that. It is very important that person B works on understanding their own feelings so that they can humanize the situation. Well, it was a classic tale of somebody was giving me a lot of attention and they were making me feel really good about myself. And then when they pulled that attention away, I became very confused. And I started to feel like a fool. And that's not my fault. But I don't need to over intellectualize it. I don't need to seek a higher purpose behind it. I need to accept it as an experience that left me feeling very confused and high and dry in terms of I expected a lot more based off of what I was getting. I was tricked into believing, because of those actions and that conditioned behavior, that it was going to lead to a more positive outcome. But that doesn't mean that I, person B, do not deserve my peace and my joy and my love elsewhere. I deserve somebody that treats me like every day is a holiday, and that there is no feeling high enough, no river wild enough, nobody that can love me the way that that person loves me. There is a strong feeling here of raising your expectations to be more open to a better suited deliverance, somebody who can give you those things. Person A is just going to hot and cold this for as long as you let them, until person B goes, I'm too at peace, too in love, and too joyful to accept anything less than that into my jurisdiction. And I can't control what you do in your jurisdiction, but my jurisdiction, we are peaceful, we are loving, we are joyful, and we do these things to the fullest. We don't just come in and use people. So that's my advice to person B. And it's doing it in a very bigger person way, unfortunately, mostly because karma is real and person B knows this. If you genuinely want to move forward, person B, and obtain that sense of peace, love, joy, you need to do so with peace, love, and joy. And accept that this chapter is ending so that you can obtain something a lot better, if you resonate as being person B, that is. So that's what I'm seeing for you, my group ones, when it comes to how do they think that you feel. I hope that we were able to get some clarity in terms of what the feelings are between the two people. We definitely got more clarity on how these individuals are feeling about each other, but I hope that we were able to get clarity when it comes down to where the feelings are and what the thoughts about each other are. This is a messy reading to do, so I couldn't just say how do they think they feel about you. I definitely had to break it down into the person A and person B. And I'm sorry if that wasn't exactly more focused on how person A thinks person B feels, etc. But I hope we're able to get clarity on the mindset of each of the individuals in this connection. I think with your reading more than the other groups, it's very important that whoever you resonate as being with, you're more aware of what the other person's intentions are. Because I can definitely summarize this reading by saying that person A confidently feels like they can come and go whenever they want because there is a door open for them over here. There is an energetic door open for them over here. Person A thinks that person B has been through a lot. I'm not going to take that away from person A, but is still hopeful that person B will be receptive. Whereas person B is still expecting person A to come back in. And that is keeping the energetic door open, allowing that ongoing energetic exchange of hot and cold behavior. So I'm going to leave your reading there, group one. Again, I apologize if that wasn't exactly what you were expecting, but I hope that by clarifying the intentions, the feelings, and the energy between these two people in this connection, we were able to clarify what you need to do to move forward and to gain your sense of direction, peace, and movement. Please look after your beautiful self. If you feel you do have messages in other groups, definitely check those out. Just do so with discernment. Try not to confuse yourself any more than necessary. Look after your beautiful self, sending you so much love, and I hope to connect with you in another video. I just realized too, my group ones, I am going to take this into your extended reading now. My bad. We're going to take this into your extended reading where we will be having a look at the future or the outcome of this connection. We're also going to have a look at the actions between person A and person B. And we're going to get more channeled messages of what needs to be said between the two of you rather than what wants to be said. What does person A need to say to person B? What does person B need to say to person A? So if the first part of your reading did resonate and you would like to join me in the extended, the link is in the description box. That link will take you to my website. It's very important that you select the right reading on my website because that site does hold most of my extended readings from the last 1.5 years. There's a lot of content on there. So remember that you are group 1 of the How Do They Think You Feel reading uploaded in August 2023. Click on the right group, please, my group 1s, and obtain your additional extended messages. If this is where you are leaving me, thank you so much for all of your support, for all of your energy, and for all of your time. I hope we were able to get the information that you needed. I'm sorry if it wasn't the information that you wanted, but it has been a pleasure to read for you, my group 1s. Look after your beautiful selves, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye! Welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful Light Seers Tarot deck or this beautiful crystal in my hands, then this is going to be your reading today. Welcome, my group 2s. I'm going to put your crystal in that little space there, and I'm going to start shuffling your cards so that we can open your reading up with some clear energy. I really want to make sure that we channel the most clear, honest messages for you. So please make sure that for this little section, you are limiting distractions so that we can create a little energetic bond and that I can try to tune in to what is happening in your situation. For my group 2s, please, Spirit, tune me into group 2's energy. Please tune me into group 2's energy. Help me offer them the most clear, honest messages about their situation today, Spirit. Thank you, group 2. That felt beautiful. Let's get into it. Now, we're asking Spirit, how does your person think you feel? This reading is going to be extensive. It's going to be in depth. We're going to cover a lot of information. So I highly recommend that you get something to write with, something to write on, so that you can take notes of what does resonate for you. I also recommend that you have a hydration source handy and that you are present, and just make sure that you are using your discernment with those notes to make sure that you are holding on to what does resonate and releasing or surrendering what doesn't resonate. So let's get into it. Group 2, please, Spirit. The way that we're doing this is person A, person B style. So there will be a person A and there will be a person B. We're going to have a look at their energies towards the connection first. And then we're going to have a look at how each person thinks the other person feels in this connection. Starting with person A in group 2's connection, Spirit. What is person A's energy towards person B? We have the Knight of Wands reversed. We have the 8 of Wands reversed. What is person A's energy to person B? We also have the Queen of Cups, reversed. And we have the 9 of Wands upright. What is person B's energy to person A, Spirit? Person B's energy towards person A. We have the Page of Swords reversed, the Devil reversed. And we also have the 10 of Swords reversed. At the back of the deck, we have the Magician reversed. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I just had to wipe my nose. Okay. Actually, we're going to use this deck. How does person A feel about person B's spirit? How does person A feel about person B? Cobra, moth in shadow, and dolphin. Reversed or in shadow. Okay, so let's start with person A, my group 2s. First of all, the joining energy at this stage is one that is trying to see through illusions. It feels as though the two of you are trying to crack the other person's facade. One of you may have been especially prone to using glamorous or colorful language to hide insecurities or fears. One of you may have come across as very confident when actually they were quite insecure. And I feel like you're both now trying to take a step back from the connection and re-examine what it is that is left. It feels like some of you have had a conflict with this person, or you've experienced a huge setback in the energy, because what I'm seeing is a major feeling of being stuck, for lack of a better word. The energy isn't flowing in this connection. There's a lot of stagnant energy here, which is telling me that you're not contributing energy into it, or whatever you are feeding into it, it isn't making progress. It isn't helping things move along. And it's likely that between the two of you, there is minimal communication, or whatever communication there is, it's very half-hearted, or it's very cryptic, and it's very objective. It's not detailed, it's not emotional, it's not solutions focused. Some of you, this is an ex, and I feel like you still have to communicate for whatever reason. Maybe you have a child with this person. Maybe you are in a position where it feels like the two of you still need to come together every now and then, but I'm just not getting a lot of helpful communication for this group. So looking at person A's energy exclusively, person A has their boundaries up. They aren't ready to give up completely, but they are feeling quite tired, exhausted, and frustrated. Person A is feeling like they need to be on the defense here, and they need to be selective and careful about the amount of energy that they choose to contribute to this connection. Person A is especially feeling tired of the energetic disruptions in this connection, whether there have been arguments or whether there has simply been a lot of roadblocks, a lot of no's, a lot of rejections. My person A person over here is definitely looking at this connection as something that has taken a lot of their energy. And I feel that person A is at a turning point where they have to protect themselves now. They have to put up boundaries to person B to make sure that they don't give too much, but also lose too much. Person A is trying to put themselves first right now. And they're also feeling defensive towards person B. They're feeling like they need to rear up and keep an eye on this situation very closely so as to not get taken advantage of during interactions with person B. Person A has decided that energetically they don't wish to continue investing energy into this. They want to take a step back and they want to explore their other options when it comes to expression, passion, and mostly they just don't want to cross the line with person B. Person A has definitely stopped the sexual connection. Person A is mostly trying to make sure that person B doesn't take advantage of them. So it's likely that person A is really limiting the amount of interactions that they have with person B. If you two are still sexually active with each other, I feel like I'm a guidance counselor now talking about the sexually active, but if you are still sexually active with each other, I think that person A is doing so cautiously, with a lot of boundaries and no cuddles, no conversations afterwards, just come and get what you need and then leave. Person A's energy towards the connection, and especially towards person B, is that they are frustrated by the inconsistencies, and they are mostly interested in seeking that kind of fulfillment outside of this connection. I do believe that person A has a wandering eye at this stage and is really trying to keep their options open if this is a romantic connection. If this is a platonic connection, person A is trying to connect with other people. They're trying to make sure that they don't get burnt out from person B's needs. They feel like person B is someone that they need to have strong boundaries with. And overall, they are very frustrated by some of person B's actions in the recent past, because I think that person A is usually the type of person that would be very giving, empathetic, and invested, emotionally invested. And they've had to pull back. They've had to go, I can't continue to be emotionally invested in person B's space. I can't continue to keep this secret with this moth energy here. Person A could be also afraid of something coming to the light here, of a secret being outed. For some of you, this was a situationship in which it was very much a sneaky link. And person A is quite fearful of that sneaky link being exposed. I also think that person A is trying to keep things private from person B. I mean, secrets are the word that really comes to mind, but channeling their energy, they're saying, no, it's about privacy. Person A saying, I need privacy from person B. I need to have my other side, my other life, my other joy, my other fun outside of person B. Person A is withholding their empathy, their compassion, and their emotional availability. But I'll be honest with you, I think this is because person A feels a lot. And there was at one time quite a strong connection to person B. And now person A is having to cut that off out of fear of feeling too much for something that isn't going to give as much as what they want. So I do feel that person A is quite a caring, emotional, and empathetic person, and that they hope to gain that from the people around them too, but they don't feel like they have that with person B. They don't feel like they get all of their needs met. Person A is still keeping a strong, close eye on person B. With Cobra here, there is a desire to keep some sort of channel open in case it is in their best interest. And this will resonate for my situationships. This person would still be open to some sort of sexual connection as long as they can have their privacy. And as long as certain people don't know, and as long as you don't know what else is going on with them. There's a lot of strong boundaries with this person. And this dolphin energy in shadow is also a little bit concerning. I'm going to read from the book for that card because there is a message there that I'm not picking up on intuitively. Dolphin, please, Spirit. That starfish. I don't think so. I thought dolphin was at the end. My beloved Madison knows this book back to front. Okay. Dolphin. Okay. Innately intelligent, healer, light, and blessings. The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. These creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming in contact with a dolphin type will change the entire course of your day and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on its way. So when out of balance, this is the kind of energy that underestimates its own power. To bring it into balance, connect with like-minded spirits. I'm going to hold that there in case you do want to read it. Pause the video. if you dare. I don't know if that is focused. Bless. Okay. I didn't mean to say the F word. I just started, it came out like I was swearing. YouTube, I wasn't swearing. Okay, so let's get back into it. So the thing is, that card is in shadow. So I empathize with person A. I'm not going to lie, like I'm not choosing sides here. I'm just channeling the energy. I don't know which side you fall on, but I do empathize with person A because they are intuitive, they are an empath, and they usually care too much. In this situation, they've been shown that they need to disengage and that they do need to be defensive and that they do need to seek emotional fulfillment with like-minded spirits elsewhere. They've also been shown that they are highly sensitive due to this connection. Person A is trying to disconnect from the intuitive connection because they can no longer afford, for self-preservation purposes, to continue investing energy into this connection. They need to start putting their own interests first, and they really need to start making sure that they aren't burning the candle at both ends by putting too much into this situation. So let us have a look at person B now. Spirit, how is person B feeling about person A? What fell on the ground? Hawk and Phoenix. The back of the card is Lamb. We have Shark in the middle. Yeah, y'all aren't being honest with each other, that's for sure. So the Shark energy is this joint energy of secrecy, of fears, being mostly afraid, because this card is actually heavily connected to your throat chakra. And when we don't address or communicate our fears and our thoughts, we make them out to be bigger than what they actually are. So in this connection, it is likely that due to a lack of communication and energy mutually being invested and shared, things have become very much larger than what they are. And the blocks that are between you are a lot bigger than what they could have been had the two of you decided to communicate sooner. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just the state of the connection. The little things have become big things. So on person B's side, they are feeling as though person A is someone from the past with the Page of Swords reverse. Person B is feeling as though person A is somebody that they used to know, somebody that used to hold their attention. I think that person B is very preoccupied with other thoughts and other interests. And it does also feel like person B with the Page of Swords reversed is every now and then reminded of person A, but very easily distracted and preoccupied right now. I'll be honest with you, that's telling me that this person is not very focused on person A. Person B's feelings are mostly past thoughts and a strong feeling of letting go and focusing on something else with the Ten of Swords reversed. There is a heavy energy of betrayal, or at least a very significant ending in this connection. And I can see with the Ten of Swords reversed that person B has well and truly put a door on this connection and closed it in order to be able to open up another room or another world of possibilities. I do think that person B is very distracted right now as well. They're genuinely thinking about other things, other people. But I also think that there's something about this connection that is sitting in a different room in their mind. Like they've compartmentalized thoughts of person A and they've rationalized and they've really just logicked this situation out. And their logic is telling them that person A is not someone that they are focused on right now and that they should be focused on right now. Person B is either distracted by other people or is very distracted by another numbing situation that they're in. I'm getting with the Devil card in the middle of this spread that person B is somebody who is very easily tempted by the next shiniest thing that really offers them some sort of need or validation or gratification. The Devil card indicates gratification. And in reverse, I think that group, for my group twos, person B's energy towards person A is that this connection is no longer as gratifying as it used to be. It doesn't itch. It doesn't scratch that itch the way that it used to with the Devil card reversed. I do also believe that person B's energy towards person A is that, why make things worse? Yes, there isn't much traction, but why make things worse? Why do something to make things worse? So person B has definitely rationalized that where the connection is at right now is in both of their best interests. And I can see that this is somebody who is looking for distractions, right? Like they're not really trying to be in an emotional space right now, especially in this connection. Person B is simply looking at the facts, looking at the figures, and drawing conclusions. They have separated their feelings from this situation. And we do see that with the oracle cards as well that tell us about person B's feelings. We have an air sign card and we have an earth sign card. So person A could be more fiery and more watery because that's the oracle cards that we pulled out with one air card. And person B could be more airy and earthy in terms of signs. So we're looking at a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, with the exception of there being some Scorpio, Chiron placements and some, I want to say Gemini, but I don't think so. Geminis are too honest. Who's the really Libras? Libras are the really sneaky signs you got to look out for. Bless. Love you all, though. Not to be judgmental. Yeah, how do we feel about this? Excuse me, that's enough. That's enough. Ouch. That's enough. Sorry, the dogs. I have 2 dogs now, you guys, so that's why I get interrupted sometimes. No. I need to read from the book for y'all. All right. Phoenix is a significant energy. This is kind of like a major arcana card in this oracle deck. And for it to be reversed, I feel like this person isn't interested in restarting things right now. I'm sorry, I got to be honest with you. 10 of Swords reversed. Phoenix reversed. Maybe if it was on their terms. Can I say that? The thing about person B's energy is that they don't want to make things worse. So if things were to progress, it has to be in a positive way. It has to be for the best, highest good of everybody involved. You two, ouch. And it has to be with the intention of offering a fresh start that was very different the first time around. There is enough awareness on person B's side to admit that things were not ideal, to admit that there were a lot of mistakes, a lot of false promises for some of you, intentions that never kind of made it into reality, and communication that was very misleading. It feels like my person B had a lot of confidence when they first arrived on the scene. They might have come in and really said things that person A was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm so excited and I can't wait. And I feel so passionate about this. And I'm starting to develop feelings. And then person B was like, wait a minute, what? It might have been an external issue, to be fair, because there is an element of guilt here, right? That 10 of Swords does indicate that they are aware of how things crumbled quite spectacularly in a bad way. And they do feel for that. They feel bad for that. They feel sorry for that. They don't want to do that again with the Devil card reversed. But with Phoenix, the feelings are that they're not quite at that stage yet where they can offer a better outcome. So the Phoenix card is a card that represents freedom from suffering and past karma, as well as being obviously the reincarnation card. The Phoenix represents the transformation of our past. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, or burning bridges with rage. The Phoenix employs an advanced technique described in yoga as the burning of impurities through practice and dedication, tapas. The essence of the Phoenix is within us when we realize we have been suffering too long and something must change. We take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind and its long list of fears and aversions. At that very moment, the spark of the Phoenix is lit, and the great bird helps us burn through our baggage. We no longer run from who we are, what has happened to us, or what we have done. The stuckness and dead weight fall into the ashes, and a lightness and clarity emerge. As the stagnancy continues to smolder, the Phoenix lifts our spirits up, and we begin to recognize ourselves again. We may catch a glimmer in our eye that wasn't there before. Look closely. It's a sign the fire of transformation is upon your wings. So this is connected to the first chakra as well, your root chakra, Muladhara. And ancient yogis believed that our heaviest karmas reside in our first chakra, according to this book. I'm not quoting from my own brain. Yeah. So that card is in shadow. It's not completely upright, which makes me think that I love that it's here. We love that the energy is here. The awareness is here, but the action is not. Person B is still trying to get to that point where they can clear baggage and burn through whatever is holding them back from advancing forward. This is someone who is probably experiencing the shadow aspects of the root chakra. Maybe there is a bit of a victim mentality or a feeling of like, I'm not the one, like I need to be saved, I need to be rescued, I'm not the rescuer, I'm not the hero, I'm not confident, I'm not capable, I'm not ready. They could be doing and saying a lot of things that contradict with their empowerment and readiness to be able to free themselves from their baggage. And with the hawk energy here, when it comes to feelings, this person has analyzed the heck out of this connection, my group twos. They want to pretend that they don't care, but I just think they're so good at deflecting their feelings and analyzing them and rationalizing them. Group 2, this person is very good at explaining how they feel and explaining the situation, whether they've done it to other people in terms of they've had to explain what had happened here. They might have been like, well, you know, person A this, person A that, me this, me that. But I don't think they're very good at feeling this connection with Lamb and Shadow. This Lamb energy has a youngness to it, has a youthfulness to it, has a freshness to it, a naivety to it. I want to say that person B feels a little bit foolish or like they may have taken advantage of person A. I also want to say that person B thinks that you're on different wavelengths, as though they're on a different path and person A is on a different path. Person A has this color to them, right? Look at these cards. Look at this color over here. And then look at all the gray and the heaviness, and the person B might have a victim mentality or like a black sheep mindset, thinking that they are the wounded sort of warrior. They're just not good enough, that type of thing. This kind of stuff always happens to me. Person B is very wounded, and they feel like they're bad for person A because of that. That's how they rationalize where things are at right now and where their feelings are at. There is a pureness to person A that person B recognizes, but they feel like they've tainted that pureness. So let's have a look now at how each of you feel about each other in terms of how does person A think person B feels. Spirit, how does person A think person B feels? I'm using a very small deck, so hopefully you can see the cards. How does person A think person B feels? We have the Eight of Cups. How does person A think person B feels, Spirit? We also have the Hierophant. We have the Strength card reversed. Oops. We have the Seven of Wands reversed. How does person A think person B feels? The Seven of Cups, so 2 7 cards. And we also have the Hermit card reversed. So we actually have 7, 8, and 9 coming up. 7, 8, 9. The back of the deck is the Two of Wands. Let me shuffle for person B. How does person B think person A feels, Spirit? How does person B think person A feels? We have the Lovers card. How does person B think person A feels? We have the Six of Swords reversed. How does person A think? We have the Page of Cups. How does person B think person A feels, Spirit? We have the Hermit upright, the Seven of Swords reversed. We're pretty good at reading each other. One more card, please, Spirit. How does person B think person A feels? Four of Cups reversed and the Hierophant reversed as well. Well, Hierophant reversed. All right, I've reset the camera. The Hierophant reverses at the back of the deck for person B. Okay. So, goodness me. Sorry, you guys. While I've been channeling, my phone has been blowing up. So I feel like y'all are very good at reading each other, but it's not actually helpful. The amount of awareness of each other's feelings is what is creating the distance. Because you both kind of know in the core of who you are what each of you wants. And that exacerbates the fears, the challenges, the insecurities, and the pressure. Person A thinks that person B is walking away and feels as though they need to emotionally isolate. They also believe that person B is doing this out of the lack of courage and a fear and an insecurity. Person A believes that if person B had more strength, more courage, more passion, more patience, that this could have worked. There is a part of person A that wants to blame person B. Person A thinks that person B feels like they're not good enough and that they have other options and other priorities and other responsibilities, and they may, according to person A, also be somebody who is trying to uphold some sort of tradition or value due to a family situation, a cultural expectation, or a workplace expectation. Person A thinks that person B feels that they have responsibilities and they have to prioritize those responsibilities. Person A also thinks that person B feels like, I want to say distanced. It's not that they don't care, but person A says to themselves that person B is feeling like they can easily kind of distance themselves or distract themselves. And I think that person A believes that person B spends a lot of time distracting and numbing themselves with other things, other people, other thoughts. Person A feels like person B is missing the point and isn't quite absorbing the lesson or the wisdom. Person A thinks that person B doesn't trust themselves enough and doesn't give themselves enough compassion and grace, as well as recognition and strength. I feel like person A thinks that person B is very confused about what they actually want and about what they're actually looking for. Person A thinks that person B is feeling as though they need to get advice from other people because they don't trust themselves. And because they don't have that inner wisdom, they're missing out on a lot of clarity of action. I feel that person A thinks that person B is trying to do what they think is best right now. And they are also acknowledging that it probably isn't easy for person B. But person A still thinks that person B is taking the easier option. Person A thinks that person B feels cowardly and is hiding from person A, staying in the dark or keeping certain information in the dark from person A, playing in the shadows and making moves in the shadows, investing energy elsewhere. Person A is pretty spot on with that assessment. But I can also think that there is a personalized sort of bias there and an egoic sort of narrative there too. Person A is a very powerful, intuitive, and empath. And I think that person A is pretty spot on. The only thing is, person A is still investing a lot of energy into this by reading person B's energy constantly. So person B thinks that person A feels that this is a divine connection and that this is a very unique connection. Person B may even, for some of you, think that person A feels like this is a fated connection, as though you are soulmates, divine counterparts, very significant connection. Person B thinks that person A feels like person B is their other half. And person B thinks that person A feels like they know more about this connection than person B, as though person A feels they're the wiser one, they're the more experienced one, they're the more intelligent one, they're the more aware one. They've learned the lessons that person B hasn't. That's how person B thinks person A feels. Person B also thinks that person A feels like this connection can recover with clear communication and clear action. Person B thinks person A feels like they are owed an explanation about person B's disappearances, what they've been doing and where they've been, who they've been with. Person B mostly feels like person A is feeling out of the loop and concerned about what person B's recent actions have been and who they've been spending time with. Person B thinks person A feels like person B hasn't been honest and like person B has been doing some shady things in the background with people from person B's past. I do feel like person B thinks that person A feels like a conversation is all that it would take to fix things and to explain things and to offer an explanation. Person B thinks that person A still feels emotionally invested as a friend, and that person A feels a carefree sort of flirtatious energy towards them, as though with an apology or with a simple sort of message of how are you or I miss you, things could just restart. Person B thinks that person A sees this as something that can come out of a dead end, as though the connection can still progress forward in person A's point of view. Ultimately, person B thinks that person A feels like this connection can work and that the obstacles aren't really obstacles and that the differences are actually complementary. Person B feels a little jaded about this, I'm not gonna lie. Like, person B actually feels offended that person A doesn't respect their priorities. Person B feels a little offended that person A thinks that they're not as clever or as wise or as spiritual. And person B at times thinks that person A is a little naive and foolish for believing in soulmates and divine counterparts. Person B feels like person A is naive for thinking a conversation or another moment spent together could fix this. And person B also feels like person A doesn't understand the kind of pressure that person B is truly under with these expectations, these responsibilities, and their working values. Person B might own their own business or might be aspiring to be a business owner, self-employed, or a major part of some sort of organization, and they feel like person A just doesn't understand that. Person B is naive for thinking that person A is waiting for them. Person B thinks that person A feels like this connection could easily start up at any moment. And person B almost laughs to themselves when they think that person A feels like an apology is owed to them and that they are going to get an apology. I don't think person B has any intention of apologizing any more than they may have already. I also think that person B is a little cruel sometimes and likes to play games with person A, opening up communication and then disappearing again. They don't realize how well-versed person A is on person B's behavioral pattern. Oh my days. Let's get some channel messages real quick. What does person A want to say to person B? What does person A want to say to person B? Spirit. So this is the Persephone Oracle by Luli Cat Tarot. I can rule by your side. What does person A want to say to person B, Spirit? Okay, we're only going to take the top one. And again, the dark eats, or at me. My bad. The dark eats at me. What does person A want to say to person B? What they don't know can't hurt them. What does person A want to say to person B? Have I ruined this for us? What does person A want to say to person B? If you're haunting me, I must be haunting you. What does person... Tell me what you want me to do. So it feels like person A is still struggling to temper themselves over here. They're wanting to do more. They're wanting to make sure that they have done enough. They're wanting to make sure that if there's anything else that is actually required of them in order to make this connection work, that they've done it, that they can do it. But they're also afraid that they've done too much And they're also afraid that they have overstepped at times and that they've pushed too hard and that they've pushed person B away. Person A is wanting an explanation or some sort of communication about where person B's mindset is at. But person A is mostly aware of the fact that the energy between these two people is a little suffocating. So person A is aware of the fact that the energy does need to stop being so suffocating. Person A is trying not to be overbearing, or what's the best word for it, Spirit? Overstimulating. They do feel like person A is trying to pull back on purpose because they don't want to feed an unhelpful amount of energy into this connection. But there is a big part of person A that still feels like this is a connection that could really positively impact both individuals. I can rule by your side. This is giving that king or queen energy, or queen and king energy. That idea of being more powerful together than apart. And again, the dark eats at me. Person A does need to be careful about dipping into that energy, because that is what is exacerbating person B's negative mindset. Person A is allowed to be human and have their down days, but person A needs to be very careful of trying to match that energy of person B in order to attract them. While two negatives do make a positive, in this case, two negatives are just going to really repel. And I do think that if person A continues to dip into this energy, they're going to attract a lot worse than person B. So person A does need to be careful of that. What does person B want to say to person A, Spirit? And I think that person A is also feeling like there's things that they can get away with, and there's things that person B can get away with, and there's things that they can get away with together without other people knowing. Person B is definitely right about the fact that person A doesn't understand the kind of pressure that person B is under, especially if a third party is involved, especially if a significant career is involved. Like, person A is saying what they don't know can't hurt them. And person B is like, no, it will though. It matters a lot to me. I can't do that. I'm hearing you don't understand. I can't do that. What else does person B want to say, Spirit, to person A? What does person B want to say to person A? We have, I'm letting you go and moving forward. What does person B want to say to person A? I believe we can get through this. What does person B want to say to person A? I'm watching you always. You have to let it go. I want better for myself. If only I could stay with you. And at the back of the deck, let's be blissful together. When we reunite, it will all be better again. I tried to let you go, but you came back to me. I haven't kissed you yet. So there is that mixed feeling. No wonder your intuition is so confused, sweet soul. Person B is feeling like they do need to let go of person A. They feel like they have to move forward. They feel like they need to want better for themselves. They don't know what they're moving towards. I'll be honest with you. This is the master of distraction, but not attraction. This is somebody that's very good at distracting themselves, but they aren't able to attract what they want for themselves. So person B is still energetically keeping their mind on person A, which is their end of the cord, right? where person A is very much investing an intuitive energy into this connection and trying to be mindful of that now. I will give person A that credit. Person A is trying to be mindful of the intuitive connection with the Queen of Cups reversed. Person B's contribution to that chord is that they are every now and then subconsciously, sometimes consciously, connecting to thoughts of person A. And that's how they keep the chord connected in this connection. So person B's main message is that they are still thinking and keeping up with thoughts of person A. If you have each other on social media, person B is still watching person A. If you have the capacity to pass each other in the real world, they are still watching person A. And they are still wondering and thinking subconsciously, consciously sometimes, if only I could have stayed with you. But their ego, their conscious thoughts, their active thoughts, the thoughts that they are taking action on are saying, I have to let you go and move forward. I want better for myself, and we can get through this ending. Each of us can get through this ending. That's what they mean with that card, I feel, is that you can find better and they will get through this. They think that they're doing you a favor by keeping a distance from you. So that's what I'm seeing for you, my group 2s. I'm going to take this into the extended reading now. You are my biggest group so far. What can I say? We did cover a lot more for you than we did for my group 1s, unfortunately, for them. But in your extended reading, we're going to have a look at the future, an outcome of this connection. What can you expect in the future? We'll have a look at when that future is in terms of, is it short term, 3 to 6 months, or is it long term, 6 to 12 months? We're going to have a look at the actions that person A and person B are likely to take in the near future. And then we're going to get more channeled messages about what each of you need to say to each other. So in the first part of your reading, I asked, what does this person want to say? What does that person want to say? In your extended reading, we're going to say, what does person A need to say? What does person B need to say? And of course, there'll be a lot of information and advice along the way as well. So if the first part of your reading did resonate and you want to join me in your extended reading, the link is in the description box. That link will take you to my website, Group 2. On my website, I host most of my extended readings from the last 1.5 years. So please make sure that you click on the right group. Remember that you are Group 2 of the How Do They Think You Feel reading on YouTube, posted in August 2023. So make sure that you select the right group before you pay for it. Make sure you've selected Group 2 of the How Do They Think You Feel YouTube reading from August 2023. Thank you so much for all your time, your energy, and your support right here on YouTube, my Group 2s. It has been a pleasure to read for you. I hope you have a long list of notes that you can refer back to ensure that you're making informed decisions about your future, about your happiness, and about the future that you deserve ultimately. Sending you so much love. Keep seeking your truth, precious soul, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. And welcome to your reading. If you chose this Pyrite Crystal or the Dark Heart Tarot deck by Vanessa Samina, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome, Group 3. I'm going to put your crystal over here, replacing Group 2s. And let's get into your reading. Now, just a reminder, we're asking Spirit, oh, here it is. How does the person on your mind think you feel? This is going to be an in-depth reading, Group 3. We've got a lot to talk about. I'm going to split this into a person A versus person B type layout. And this is going to help us understand the energy in your connection, how each of these people feel towards the other. And then we're going to go and ask how each of these people think the other person feels. That way it hopefully keeps it a little bit more clearer. Now, usually these connection type readings can get very confusing. So I highly recommend that you get something to write with and to write on so that you're taking notes of what does resonate, and make sure that you do have a hydration source handy, because it is going to be a longer reading than what we usually do here. So without further ado, let me shuffle these cards and let's get into the reading. There's another card in here from a different deck. All right, Spirit, for my group threes, please tune me into group three's energy, Spirit. Group three, please limit distractions at this time so we can create a bond and connect to each other right now. Spirit, please tune me into group three's energy so that I may offer clear, honest messages to group three for their reading today. Thank you, group three. Let's get into it. All right. Spirit, what is person A's energy and feelings? Let's do feelings first. What is person A's feelings towards person B's in this connection? Spirit, what is person A's feelings? We have the Page of Blades. What is person A's feelings towards person B's? Towards person B. We have the Five of Cups reversed. What is person A's feelings towards person B? We have the Eight of Pentacles. What is person B's feelings towards person A, Spirit? The Knight of Crystals reversed. What is person B's feelings towards person A? King of Crystals, Page of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. And the joining energy in your connection, or the connecting energy I should say, is the Eight of Cups reversed. Spirit, how does person A, what is their energy towards the connection? Person A, what is their energy? The hummingbird. Person A's energy towards the connection, please, Spirit. The dragonfly. What is person B's energy towards this connection, Spirit? Person B. What is person B's energy towards this connection? The whale. What is person B's? And the fox. The back of the deck is the shark. One more deck, sorry, my group threes, but I just want to be very clear before we delve into this. Each group has been slightly different in this reading, and you are no exception to that trend. You're going to be very different to my other two groups, I believe. Spirit, what is person A's energy towards person B? Leo and the full moon. What is person B's energy towards person A in this connection? Ay, Dios mío. I'm going to have to shuffle those in again because we can't take 5 cards. Fifth house is coming out first. And then we also have Chiron. The back of the deck is waning gibbous moon. So I can appreciate that these cards are quite far down. So let me just bring them up for you so you can have a look at them before they disappear to the bottom of the spread. Person A has Leo, person B has Chiron from this deck at the bottom here. So can I move that forward? No. All right. Maybe if I do this, does that make it better? Oh, kind of, not really. Can I move that along a little bit? Yeah, that might do something. That might do something. Okay. Let's get into it, my group threes. Sorry if to spend 6 minutes getting set up. This is going to be a long reading though. And I did want to warn you in the beginning there. The way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to start with your joining energy. We have these 3 decks in the middle that are telling us the energy of the connection that is shared between the 2 of you. I'm going to be describing these 2 independently, person A, person B, and it's important that you take notes so that you can figure out which one you resonate with most, which will tell you what your other person's energy is. This type of reading is mostly beneficial to connections that only have 2 people in them. If I do pick up on a third party energy, I'll address it, but I am primarily focusing on the 2 main energies in this reading. So your connecting energy, my group threes, is one of hope. There is a mutual hope that this isn't the end. There is a feeling here of trying to recover something in this connection, something that needs to be maybe said, or an action that needs to be done in order to stop an ending. The goal of this is to set some sort of record straight, to address a certain fear, and to communicate a specific thought. You both ideally want to be able to do this. However, this connection is quite heavy, and as much as there is a heartfelt want to come back and to contribute more, there is also an acceptance that certain things, if left as they are coming to an end between the 2 of you. Sorry, my group threes, I had to quickly interrupt the video and then deal with something, come back. Sorry, that wasn't really English. I'm just trying to tune back into this energy because I have had a 2-minute hiatus. I feel like this is going to be a complicated reading, and I want to do my best to respect the energy between the 2 of you, but I also need to heavily emphasize that for this group, I'm not 100% confident about how this is going to play out between the 2 of you. And I'm very curious to go into your extended reading at the end. We'll see what we come out with here. But in your extended reading, we're going to be focusing more on what is the outcome between the 2 of you. Based off of the energy in the connection right now, the shark can be about making things out to be bigger than what they are because we're not talking about them and we're not addressing our fears. And because we're not doing that, these little issues start to become very big. And this waning gibbous moon is an energy of having to let something go. Let something go. So there seems to be this mutual understanding in this connection that certain fears need to be let go in order for this 8 of Cups reverse to happen, in order to seize the emotional depth and really take advantage of the emotional potential. You have to overcome certain fears on both sides. So let's start with person A now that we've had that spiel. Person A's feelings. Person A's feelings are showing up as the Page of Blades, the 5 of Cups reversed, and the 8 of Pentacles. Honestly, person A has been spending a lot of time recently thinking about person B. They've been curious about something. They could have found something out through the grapevine, through social media, through a mutual friend or a community that is shared. They found something out. This was definitely from a secondary source. It did not come from person B directly, but this information was enough to pique person A's interest and to create a certain curiosity that has person B on their mind a lot. Person A may have recently started investing energy back into this situation, mentally more than anything. They've realized something, and this has led them to feel as though this situation is not all bad. There is an energy here of trying to turn a disappointment into a more positive outcome. I have a feeling that in general, person A is trying to be optimistic and positive, and they're trying to stay optimistic about their love life in general. If this is a more platonic connection, person A is trying to wish person B the best right now. There's no hard feelings anymore is what is coming through strongly on person A's side for all of you, regardless of whether this is more romantic or platonic. It feels like a connection that has been through it, right? Things could have gone one way, and then we decided to be friends, and then we wanted to pursue something more again, and then we decided to be friends. For others of you, this could be a new love interest that just didn't get off the ground right. But there's a new sense of curiosity here, and person A is trying to get rid of hard feelings, disappointments, past letdowns, to pave the way for a more openness, emotionally at least. There is water under the bridge over here, but person A is trying to not hold that against person B. Whatever may have happened is still being processed, but it is not a block or an inhibitor. I also feel like person A does recognize the potential and the responsibility. Person A may be in an energy overall where they are trying to be more committed, more accountable, more action oriented. But they feel like this connection with person B deserves their attention, their focus, and their effort. Person A is at a point where they want to contribute more serious actions and intentions into this. But they do feel like they're stuck in the early stages here of implementing that intention, perhaps waiting for a clearer sign from person B. I do sense an energy of patience over here. Person A could be feeling like they need to do other things until person B is ready. Person A's feelings are that they do want something more meaningful though from person B, and potentially from anybody that they would be dealing with. For themselves, they want something serious, and that's what they expect from person B. And so their energy towards person B is that they're not going to hold back anymore. They aren't wanting to release this connection, but they are also trying not to hold back feelings. They want to be expressive, passionate. They want to have fun. They want to be unapologetic. And they want to feel seen in this connection with Leo here. This person's energy is that they see a lot of what they want in person B, and they may want to be treated the way that they want to treat person B. If that makes sense, they want person B to treat them the way that they treat person B. They want to feel seen. They want to feel romanced. They want to feel attractive. They want to feel passionate, inspired. I do think that person A gains a lot of energetic sort of buzz and inspiration, movement from this connection. But these two cards are where it gets a little bit complicated. I want to read to you a little bit from the guidebook about these two cards. The dragonfly and the hummingbird, both air energies in this beautiful deck. And they can show up for different reasons, but this dragonfly especially has a connection to the water as well. And this hummingbird has a beautiful connection to our truth and can therefore signify a direction. With these cards reversed, I do think that person A's energy towards person B is that they need a little bit more direction and they need a little bit more assurance before they commit any more to this. They want to, but they just need that confirmation first. They need that expression, that vulnerability, that assurance. I want to start with our beautiful hummingbird energy. Not me getting lost. It's literally just a few pages and I'm getting lost. Not the firefly spirit, the hummingbird. So this card is traditionally a positive energy, enthusiastic and spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird, and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. Remember that this energy is in shadow. So when out of balance, this energy can be pushy, insistent, and sharp. When it's in balance, it's smart, curious, and loves to learn. To bring into balance, take a class. And that's why I feel like person A just doesn't know enough yet to take things into that direction that they want to. There's a curiosity here, but it's matched with a lack of information. And with this dragonfly energy, let's move forward. It's just after owl, I think it is. The dragonfly is the master of light, illusion, and the mind. When it's out of balance, it can't concentrate and has a busy mind. To bring it into balance, you focus on your breath. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder in all. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still? Dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. There is something here that person A is missing about person B. They're letting their curiosity get the better of them. And I do feel like their intuition is saying, hang back. You're not seeing everything for what it is. Do not invest, do not take action until we give you a sign. And I feel like person A may be getting a little bit protected from person B's setbacks right now. Because person B over here, their energy is very wounded warrior. Person B is still healing from something that has happened to them. And it feels like this event did not solely occur with person A. Person B is healing from other things, other connections, other setbacks. Person B is in an energy of needing to fill a void. They are most likely in a low mood, potentially a deep low mood, and they are trying to take advantage of other people's light, whether they do so consciously or subconsciously. Person B's feelings for person A are very self-motivated. Very self-motivated. Person B recognizes potential here, don't get me wrong. That's why we have our Page of Pentacles. But that potential is very self-serving. Person B is only so curiously entertaining Person A for a practical reason, a physical reason, a resourceful reason. Person B at this point in their journey wants something that Person A has. And it's a very selfish kind of want, a very self-focused want. It's not a, how can we gain? How can we move forward? How can we grow this? It's how can I gain? How can I move forward? How can I grow this? How can I take this? How can I have this? It could just be because this connection is early, right? If this is a newer connection that never quite got off the ground, somebody who you started to get to know and then they disappeared and now they're back again, this person does not know any better. They have not been shown how to act better when it comes to you. If this is a sneaky link, a situationship, more of a sexual connection that has come back around recently and you want to get clarity on them, they are going to try to repeat old patterns of behavior while also genuinely wanting to get to know you better. Don't get it twisted. Person B sees the potential and they do have deeper feelings, but they are cunning, they are clever, and they are trying to use their mind against you. This person has no serious plans right now, but they see the serious potential. There is an awareness here with the Knight of Crystals reverse that feelings-wise, they care more than what they've been trying to show you. And this is why you are such a complicated group, because I can't confidently say that this is somebody you should stay clear from. This is somebody, group 3, who you need to teach how to love you. You need to show them with your actions and inform them with your words how to treat you, how to respect you, and how to mold this connection into what you need in your life right now. If you choose to keep things sexual, casual, not serious, so too will this person. They are in a moldable, flexible energy of recognizing that there are deeper desires, but also lazily hoping to not have to act upon them and to just simply get that physical gratification from this connection. If this is somebody that you had an experienced connection with, in which there was a lot of time that passed, there was a lot of feelings felt, and there was a lot of words spoken, a lot of history between you, then person B is confidently moving back, relying upon that positive history to speak for itself, falling short of who they once were, and again wanting more of a physical gratification, licking their wounds as they part from a situation that did not work out for them, returning to you in hopes of gratifying their ego. It's honestly a worse feeling if this is an ex who you were in a committed relationship with, because they have no serious intentions. They intend to throw their hat in the ring and see if you'll pick it up. And then from there, they intend to coast through with the bare minimum and see if you'll let them get away with it. If this is a developing situation, a newer love interest, and somebody who things never got off the ground with, right? There was never a commitment in the past. This person is still testing the waters with you, but they have no malicious or malintent. It feels like person B, if this is a newer person or a developing situation, somebody who things never got off the ground with, is recognizing that what they've been doing has to change. But they don't know their next steps with the King of Crystals reversed. They can't confidently commit to a plan of action here. This is somebody who may be out of practice when it comes to taking relationships more seriously. This is also somebody who may be in over their heads when it comes to trying to make something work with you. They feel like you have all these qualities, but they just don't know if this is the best thing for them to do. There is a feeling of being overwhelmed over here. For all of you, person B is feeling like person A is wanting a more serious companion, wants somebody who honestly they do not fit into in terms of the qualities of a leader, of an action-orientated risk taker who is ambitious, charming. In fact, person B is even concerned that they're not your type anymore or at all. Person B, I'm just assuming here, sorry, I don't mean to say you, like you're person A. You could be person B. But person B is concerned that they don't really measure up to person A's expectations. They're also concerned that they will fumble here because there's a lot of potential that they just are feeling themselves through. There's a youthfulness and inexperiencedness here. Whether that youthfulness is just immaturity or a genuine inexperienced energy of somebody who doesn't really know what to do with this. Now, person B's energy towards person A, the fifth house is beautiful. This indicates romance, fun, play. Person B really enjoys spending time with person A, getting to know them, having fun with them, being around them. Person B just wants to gravitate towards person A, like the planets in our solar system. Person B feels like good things come to person A and that it is in their best interest to stay around them. If this is a newer connection, person B does intend to see person A again and does intend to spend more fun time with person A, more dates, more romance. During the day for some of you is significant, not just at night. If this is a connection that has had history, like we mentioned earlier, that has had a commitment that fell through, not one that just got off the ground or struggled to get off the ground, but one that was genuinely committed. This person does have intentions of romancing and using that history energetically because they feel that pull, that chemistry still, that attraction. It is a very sacral chakra, solar plexus pull. Person B gains a lot of confidence and security from the attention that person A gives them. Person B feels a strong propulsion. It's almost like a momentum of energy that they just want to keep feeding. They can't stop themselves if they tried to. There is also this energetic pull with the whale and the fox to ask more questions and to figure something out. Aside from being cunning, the fox is also a very intelligent energy. And I wonder if there were certain things that they want to ask. If this is a newer connection, person B is very focused on understanding how person A works and what person A has to offer and how person A can complement person B's life. And with this whale energy here, I think that person B almost feels alien-like sometimes, as though they don't really fit in a lot of different groups or with a lot of different companions, and they felt like they could fit with person A, like there was something there that they need to explore further. You get me like nobody else does, is what they're saying. Let's have a look at this fox energy again. In terms of, we haven't looked at it yet, but we did look at the cards for person A, so person B, Spirit. The fox energy is smart. It's a strong partner or mate and a wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. When out of balance, this energy can be sneaky and unsure of their identity to bring into balance partnership and connection. I think that tells me that this person sees something very unique with you, or you see something very unique with this person, right? However you resonate. Person B is looking at person A like, yeah, you could be, but they're just not sure. They need more information and they need to be very careful. This is somebody that doesn't settle down easily, group 3. Person B does not settle down easily. Their energy is, I recognize that potential, I see that, I want that, but is this really it? Or is this too good to be true? Is this too good to be true? That's interesting. That really rings stronger than anything I've said so far. Is this too good to be true? The whale energy here, it is upright, so it's in balance. A desire to delve deeper, profound peace and ancient wisdom. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost, and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. When in balance, this energy is calm, steady, and deeply compassionate. So, I do feel like my group 3s who, person B's energy, right? The Chiron tells me that they've been through it. This person is quite afraid of energy vampires and quite able to identify that behavior within themselves. They may have been trying to play the field a little bit, wanting to be more casual while also keeping an eye out for something more serious. And now they recognize that person A has that potential. They want to delve deeper. They want to know more. They want to be more emotionally available. This is somebody who's very emotionally stable, Spirit is saying. And their energy towards person A has not changed when it comes to feelings. I think that person B, their energy towards person A is that this could be somebody that I really take seriously for once, although they do seem out of practice. Chiron is also interesting here. Chiron adds this element of, I've got things that impact my ability to have a meaningful relationship, but I don't want to let that stand in my way. Chiron represents things that happen to us that never truly heal, and things that we can wear as sort of a wounded warrior badge, like I'm like this because my dad left when I was 5, or I have to work extra hard in my relationships because I have abandonment issues from when my dad left when I was 5. I need to be careful to not self-sabotage and leave you before you can leave me because I have abandonment issues from when my dad left when I was 5. It's all about how you work with that narrative instead of reverting into these things always happen to me. And I think that person B has healed enough and learned enough about themselves to recognize that. But their energy towards person A is this somebody that I can practice what I've been preaching to myself and what I've been learning about myself? So let's have a look at how each of you think you feel about each other. And then we're going to get channeled messages. And then we'll see where we're at from there, whether I end the reading there before going into the extended or getting some advice. We'll see. I'm going to use this little deck. So Spirit, it's a very little deck, you guys. Oh, that's a good omen. 9 of Cups, cute. After the 8 too. Spirit, when it comes to person A, how does person A think person B feels about them? How does person A think person B feels about them? The Death card. How does person A think person B feels about them? King of Wands. How does person A think person B feels? 4 of Cups. The Devil card reversed. How does person A think person B feels? And last card, that's the Knight of Wands reversed. Wow, that's pretty spot on. How else, Spirit? One more card. Thank you. We have the Chariot and the Ace of Wands. Okay, there's a little story down here. I got to keep it apparently. I'm sorry, these cards are small. I hope you can see them all. The little story down here is the Ace of Wands, the Chariot reversed, the Knight of Swords reversed, and the Two of Pentacles with the Star card reversed at the back of this tiny, tiny deck. I do have another smaller deck, but it's a little, it's a lot bigger than that one actually. Like 3 cards, 3 times the size. Okay. What about my person B, Spirit? How does person B think person A feels about them? How does person B... Okay, I just finished shuffling. My camera stopped while I was shuffling. How dare they? It's like the camera took advantage of the fact that I was busy. Ace of Cups under there. So the last couple of cards I pulled out was the Sun, Ace of Wands reversed, 8 of Swords at the back of the deck, and then the Ace of Cups just revealed itself. So I'm going to actually start with person B, not to get confusing, but we were just talking about them, and this energy is still very fresh for me. Person B thinks that person A is stuck in their head a little bit. Person B thinks person A feels a connection and emotionally connected, as though they were wanting to cultivate a deeper sense of emotional connection, but they also think that person A is feeling stuck in their head and they don't know how to move things forward. Person B is thinking that person A is overthinking this a little bit and not recognizing what they can do. Instead, they think that person A is focusing more on what they can't do. They do believe that person A feels like this is a divinely guided situation in which there is a level of symmetry here, where there are similarities as well as differences that seem to be quite complementary, quite unique, quite profound. Person B feels like person A feels that they are a confident person, someone who is quite successful, someone who can make them quite happy, someone who's very optimistic, maybe naive. There's this symmetry here of naivety as well as being very well put together. It could be an age difference. Person B either thinks that person A feels like they are very mature for their age, or like they are very youthful for their age. Person B thinks that person A feels they are delaying action and worried that the spark has gone out. There's an element here of person B knowing that person A wanted there to be a quick reaction in the past, a quicker action, as though there was an opportunity here that person B missed. Person B thinks that person A feels that they are someone that's usually very assertive and good at making decisions, good at taking action, as though they are the instigator or the chaser, the follow-up. Person B thinks that person A feels that if person B really wanted to do something, they would have done it by now. Person B thinks that person A feels like person B is a very well put together, mature person who goes after what they want, confident, has a lot of determination, conviction, willpower, is very assertive, has a lot of masculine qualities. And person B thinks that person A feels like person B let this fizzle out on purpose, as though person B didn't want things to move forward, as though person B was happy with how things are right now. That's what person B thinks person A feels. Person B also thinks that person A feels quite strongly for this connection and feels like this is a connection that still has potential, even if there was a missed opportunity in the past. Person B feels like person A feels that this is something that can't just end that easily. Person B thinks that person A is quite naive, or at least quite optimistic. Regardless of however much time has passed, person B thinks that person A feels confident that things can move forward. Person B thinks that person A feels quite attracted to person B, as though they have a crush on person B. And person A also thinks that person B is trying to come up with some sort of plan. Person B thinks person A is coming up with some sort of plan, trying to come up with a plan that will make both of them happy. Even if they can't make it happen right now, person B genuinely thinks that person A is feeling like there can be something in the future. So let's have a look at how person A thinks person B feels now. That was very confusing. I didn't even struggle with the other two groups. I don't know what's going on here. So person A thinks that person B feels like there was an ending here, or like the connection had to transform. You guys may have started off on the wrong foot according to how person A thinks that person B feels. Person A thinks that person B feels like you weren't on the same page in the beginning, and like you had to change your approach to one another. One person might have wanted a casual thing, the other person wanted something serious. Certain things were implied, but the actions did not match. So person A thinks that person B feels like they had to go through a metamorphosis, an internal transformation, in order to really allow this connection to transform into something better. Person A thinks that person B feels inspired to create something more meaningful with person A. And person A thinks that person B is currently strategizing and planning for that to happen, because they can't approach person A in a casual manner anymore. So they have to take more of a serious approach, a more strategic, planned approach. Person A thinks that person B is still in the planning mode though, and that this action will take time. Person A feels confident that person B is strongly attracted to them. Person A thinks that person B feels as though this is a connection worth manifesting and waiting for. Person A does feel like person B is feeling quite serious about them. But person A also thinks that person B feels like an opportunity for partnership was recently missed, and as though the connection has hit a plateau or a lull. Person A thinks that person B is feeling a bit bored in this connection as it is not progressing the way that person B wants. Person B, in person A's eyes, feels like they need more from person A. Person A thinks that person B feels like this connection is imbalanced and there hasn't been enough either effort, attention, harmony, action, all of the above. Person A thinks that person B is still holding on to this passionate new beginning despite any fears or inaction. And even if there are other options or priorities on the table, person A still thinks that person B is holding this connection down and is staying open to at least another passionate interaction, at the very least, if a partnership cannot be conjured. Person A thinks that person B feels like the past was unsatisfactory and that there is an unsung tune here. The potential has not been fully unlocked. Person A thinks that person B feels like this is a connection that has more potential in the future. But person A also thinks that person B feels frustrated with how things are right now, and like this connection does need to heal. Person A also thinks that person B feels like they both need to focus on themselves for now. And it's almost like person A thinks that person B wants person A to address certain things, heal certain things before they come back together. So let's have a look at what each of these people want to say to each other now. What do you want to say to each other? My group threes, please, Spirit. What does person A want to say to person B? I'm not taking reversals in this deck. What does person A want to say to person B, Spirit? My group threes. I believe we can get through this. I just want you to be happy, even if it's without me. I don't believe that. Nah, I lie. I don't believe it. But thank you for your kindness and your good words. What does person A want to say to person B, please, Spirit? If you're haunting me, I must be haunting you. Yeah, because remember, person A's been thinking about person B. This thought process recently reinstigated or reignited. What have they been thinking about, Spirit? Let's intuit this. What has person A been thinking about when it comes to person B? The thoughts are mostly really curious and playful. What are you doing right now? What did you mean when you said this? Trying to keep it very lighthearted though. What do you like to do on a Sunday morning? These are all questions of somebody who is not in the loop with your life right now. They might have noticed something on your social media page. Why did you post that? Why did you say that? Do you like that song? I didn't ask you if that was really your favorite drink or why you made that face when you smelt that. Interesting. This person is just so curious. They smile thinking about person B. I haven't kissed you yet. Yeah, for some of you, this is a connection that hasn't gotten off the ground yet. What else does person A want to say to person B? What else does person A want to say to person B, Spirit? You have changed me forever. What else does person A want to say to person B? Other people are distracting me. How dare they? I want to trust you again. And at the back of the deck, you make my heart beat faster. There's still a lot of attraction here. A lot of attraction, all right? All right? Why am I saying it like that? Oh my days. There is a lot of attraction over here. Let's have a look at person B now. What does person B want to say to person A? I'm getting this message come through for person A that when they receive any information, communication, or even like a thought about person B, it genuinely makes them happy. It makes them smile. They smile to themselves. They smile in public. They look like a fool. They love it. They love thinking, seeing, hearing about person B. They're really enjoying person B's presence in their life and they want more of that. If there is a separation or a lack of communication, they're hoping to work through that and to reignite whatever flame could have temporarily died out. So what does person B want to say to person A, Spirit? I'm letting you go and moving forward. What does person B want to say to person A? I'm watching you always. What does person B want to say to person A? Surrender to it all. I've been waiting way too long. What does person B want to say to person A? There's no one else I'm thinking of. What does person B want to say to person A, Spirit? I tried to let you go, but you came back to me. They're what you want, I'm what you need, at the back of the deck. So I'll be honest with you. Person B is feeling as though there's not enough. They need more. They're being cautious, they're being guarded, and they're also trying to keep their options open because this is somebody that doesn't settle down easily. This is somebody that doesn't forgive and forget easily. And even if there are no hard feelings in this specific connection, this is our wounded warrior in this connection. Person B has been hurt in the past. And unfortunately for person A, they have boundaries and they have barriers. And they're being very careful and cautious before letting themselves fall for the first time or again. Person B is trying to stay open-minded about what their future looks like because they are afraid of how long it's taken for things to get off the ground here. They are afraid that they have been waiting for too long and that they do need to keep their options open. They're also afraid of the fact that they do have genuine feelings for person A. They want to say to person A, I can give you what you need, but I've just been waiting for too long. Person B is feeling like they have to surrender to the situation. They have to leave this up to the universe, and they have to let go of what they cannot control. If this connection is separated by distance, challenges, things that they cannot physically change or control, then they have had to surrender the situation, and hope that if it's meant to be, it will come back to them. This is somebody who still thinks a lot about person A. I tried to let you go, but you came back to me. There's no one else I'm thinking of. I'm watching you always. I'm connected to you always. But for the sake of their highest good and for the sake of what reality is showing them, they've had to surrender this connection, let this connection go, move forward, and trust that if it is meant for them, it will catch up to them, it will find them. So that is where this connection stands at this stage. That is how person A and person B are feeling about the other, and that is how they think the other feels about them. I'm going to take this connection and this reading into the extended now, because we have run out of time here on YouTube. And in the extended reading, I'm going to be having a look at what person A and person B's next actions are towards this connection, towards each other, what is changing for them, and what is the outcome of this connection. We're also going to get more channeled messages. In the extended reading, we're asking, what do person A and person B need to say to each other? Not what do they want. In order for this connection to get to where it needs to be, what do they need to say to each other? So if the first part of your reading did resonate and you wish to join me in the extended to gain those additional messages, the link to your extended reading is in the description box. That link will take you to my website, Group 3. So please make sure that you click on the right reading. My website hosts most of my readings from the last year and a half. So a reminder that you are Group 3 of the How Do They Think You Feel YouTube reading posted in August 2023. So please make sure that you click on the right group. Thank you so much, my Group 3s, for all of your energy, your support, and your time right here on YouTube. I really appreciate you for being here and for letting me read for you. I hope we're able to get some clear messages and some information that you can now reflect upon and digest, using to gain more insight into how you want to progress on your journey. I do have other guidance readings if you need more information for free. But if you are going to support me in the extended reading, we will be getting advice there as well. Thank you so much for all of your time. Like I said before, I'm sending you so much love on your journey. Keep seeking your truth, precious soul, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye.